to work!
Correct, yes. Good morning, all. I'm Corey Romay.
And I'm Norma Grothy. But wait, good morning?
Well, I guess it depends on when you guys choose to watch this broadcast. As for us, we literally just woke up.
Very true.
Anyway, welcome to Season 3, Episode 2 of W-EPS The Beak. So what do we have in store for today's broadcast, Normie?
Well, it looks like River has some news for us in the first grade room.
Take it away, River!
For Chelsea Childers, EPS is really not a new experience. The new first grade teacher student taught at Elgin Public just last year. She worked in the kindergarten room with Joyce Wimhoff. Now that she has her own classroom, Childers is enjoying many parts of her new job. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions about your teaching. Why did you want to become a teacher?
I love watching the kids understand something when they have that aha moment. I love that. That's what I live for.
All right. What do you enjoy about Elgin Public Schools?
The welcoming environment here. Everyone's so welcoming and they willing to help me out with anything that I need.
All right. What's your favorite thing to do with the students?
Relating things back to what they enjoy. And not just always sitting in a desk learning that way, but moving them to the floor, moving them outside, something that relates more to them.
All right. What's the challenging part that you have done here?
Figuring out where everything is at. That was the hardest when I started. Figuring out, we do this on Thursdays, we do this on Tuesdays, those kind of things. That was hard for me, but we're good now.
Okay. How do you like serving as a assistant coach for volleyball?
I love it. It's just a different change of scenery. I teach first grade, so coaching high school girls, it's just a little different. It's just, I get more experience, I guess, with different ages.
Okay. What is the biggest difference between student teaching and actually teaching?
Student teaching, I followed my cooperating teacher's schedule and how they did things. Having my own classroom, I can do things the way that I want to do them. I can have my own schedule, my own way of doing everything. So I think that's the biggest difference. And I don't, having a cooperating teacher in the room with you all the time versus not having someone in there with you all the time is different.
So it's a little bit different then.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you feel like is more comfortable? Do you like doing things independently? Do you like to have help sometimes?
I think it depends. I love having my own classroom, but when someone's in there to help me, things go smoothly. They go smoothly either way. That extra hand is just helpful when it comes to certain things.
Okay, well, that's all the questions I have for you. Thank you for
No problem.
cooperation. Principal Greg Wemhoff knew Childers was right for the job.
We interviewed 4 different candidates for the position. Ultimately, we hired Miss Childers because we thought that she was for a very qualified position. She had done some student teaching and done a tremendous job with her student teaching. She's from the area, and I know she's a quality person, and we thought she was a good fit for Elgin Public.
The principal knows that Childers is a great teacher.
Miss Childers is doing a tremendous job. I've had the opportunity to stop in her room and visit and observe her also working with the kids. Great rapport with the kids. She's a very well organized person, and she does a tremendous job teaching, and the kids are having fun in her classroom, and that's very important to me.
Best of luck in your first year. Mrs. Childers, EPS is happy to have you.
Thanks, River.
All right, what else do we have in store, Normie?
Why do I always have to do the work? You should know what's next up on the broadcast.
Jeez, I'm just doing my job as a senior broadcaster, man.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm going to be graduating this year, I think. But I want to make sure my little recruit does a stellar job.
Well, thanks for looking out for me. Now let's check out Adam's story on some of our newer teachers at EPS.
Elgin Public Schools has had 2 teachers added to the staff in recent years. Teachers Andrew Childers and Trey Rossman are still considered new additions to the EPS staff. Both teachers feel they have learned some lessons along the way. Childers, a second-year science teacher, believes that his transition from his previous occupation to his new teaching job went smoothly.
I think the transition was actually pretty good. I didn't take any time off. I quit my job and then took a week off and started school. I think the biggest thing was going back to school myself. I'm not saying coming in and teaching. I'm saying because of the job, I had to start taking classes. So I think that was the biggest transition for me.
According to Childers, his favorite part of teaching is working with kids.
The students themselves. I think building a great relationship with them is the best part about this job.
Childers doesn't believe it's necessary to adjust his teaching depending on the subject or grade level.
No, I don't think so. I think the more you vary your teaching style based on the students or the type of students you have, I think that sets a bad precedent. I think you should actually have the same teaching style or same teaching ideals for every single class, regardless of the student. That's not to say that every class should be taught the same, because I think you should teach based on the type of students that you have.
Childers feels he has picked up some tips from fellow teachers, and he's proud of the way his classroom is connected.
I don't know if it was a lesson that I learned while I was teaching, but it was just good advice from other teachers to have care and respect for your students, and if you do that, then the students will have care and respect for you, and I think that works pretty well in this classroom.
Rossman is in his third year of teaching social studies at EPS. Rossman feels teaching is exactly what he expected.
That you just kind of learn on the fly, but as far as classroom management, planning out and stuff, it's pretty much met my standards and what I expected coming in.
Rossman has one main love for his job.
I just love being able to see kids, see how much kids like you, Adam, have grown since I first got here, developing relationships with them. That's the biggest thing.
The teacher believes in different strictness levels in teaching.
I would say with the junior high kids, you got to keep your thumb down on them more, just make sure they follow a more structured agenda, procedures. With the older kids, though, it kind of varies, depends on the maturity level. That's the biggest thing.
There is one important lesson that Rossman has learned in his teaching career.
That you have to be very, very black and white, very firm with your expectations, classroom procedures, so on and so forth.
Rossman is most proud of the little things happening in his career.
I think probably just how much smoother lesson plans go, just the teaching of the procedures, stuff like that. Just overall, just growing in the profession. Still learning, still got a lot of learning to do, but a lot better than I was year one compared to where I am now.
Both Childers and Rossman are continuing and willing to improve. That's what makes them valuable additions to the EPS staff.
You know, Norman, without them, we probably wouldn't have such thing as a education.
Yours is right.
Okay, we better stop before Mrs. Shue walks in here and slams down the grammar hammer.
Yeah, right. All right, Corey, what story do we have next?
Whoa, bud. Do I have to do everything around here?
Don't even start with me, Corey.
Chill, Holmes. I'm just playing. Let's talk about some good old blue and gold.
The FFA?
Yes, it's only the greatest organization ever founded. It just screams, America!
That it does. Let's let Flenda tell us what the FFA has been up to.
One of the most popular activities at EPS is FFA. As the new school year begins, there are many exciting events planned for members both old and new. Julia Schwartz, FFA advisor and ag teacher, will have a full slate with CDEs, LDEs, range judging, and livestock judging.
The plans for the year in terms of agricultural education and FFA are to just do as we've done in the past. We just got done with range judging. We're moving on to livestock judging. Students have started on speeches for LDEs. Students are already practicing for their CDE competition next February, in hopes that everybody could have a chance of qualifying for the state FFA convention in April.
Schwartz feels that FFA is important because it lets students grow as a person.
I believe FFA is important because it allows students to do things that they might normally not have a chance to do in a normal high school setting. They can be public speakers, they could work with their hands, they have opportunities to go outside and do hands-on assessments throughout the year, and I think that's what FFA can bring to the table for any high school student.
According to Schwartz, the freshmen are a big asset to the chapter.
All of the freshmen have a lot of different skills and abilities that I think they can be very helpful in terms of working in teams for future FFA competitions. They're all very bright, and I'm looking forward to the next 4 years of them being FFA members.
Schwartz enjoys watching over kids and helping them find what their strong suit is.
My favorite part about being an FFA advisor is that I get to advise students on things that I think they would be really good at doing in terms of FFA competitions. Maybe they might be really good speakers, maybe they might be really good at mechanics or welding, and I like seeing them succeed in those areas that they do well in.
Adam Drager, the 2019-2020 chapter president, feels that FFA is important because it has built relationships he wouldn't have had if he weren't involved in FFA.
FFA has built some great relationships with people around the community. 2 of my jobs that actually came from kind of FFA experience, and it just kind of helps you prepare yourself. It gives you like opportunities to get yourself out of your comfort zone, which is something that a lot of people could really use. And you know, it just kind of helps you for your future to bring you out of your shell.
Drager has many duties as an FFA president.
My responsibilities include just kind of like looking over overseeing the whole chapter, kind of helping Mrs. Schwartz and aiding her in her duties, and just making sure that the chapter is running smoothly and efficiently.
Sophomore Colton Wright joined FFA because he wanted to gain more information about what FFA was all about and to learn things he didn't know about agriculture.
The reason I went out for FFA was because really everybody went out for it seems like, and I mean I knew some things about it, but I wanted to learn a lot more than what I already knew.
Freshman Jack Wemhoff is a new addition to the FFA chapter. He wants to have a good year and has set the same goals for himself.
I want to go to state FFA and have fun at livestock judging this month.
Nebraska holds FFA to a high standard, and so does Schwartz. We at EPS The Beak wish the FFA chapter good luck.
Great job, Chelena, and great job, FFA. You guys are a busy bunch.
You know who else has been pretty busy?
Who?
This guy.
Oh yeah? Do tell.
Well, it is 1X season, and well, I don't know how to say this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Since you're so busy, how about you take a load off and let Jessica Gesford fill us in?
The leaves changing is a pretty good indication that the 1X season is beginning. This year, the 1X team is seeing some new faces, not only in some new members, but also new coaches. Guidance counselor Sonia Richer and math teacher Dorothy Hadoff are these year's coaches. Richer, who has previous experience, is looking forward to the new season.
Well, I haven't done this for a long time, and I'm most excited for the finished product, of course, but I love blocking, and I love finessing and perfecting and helping kids be big on stage.
Hadoff is excited, but knows there's some things they need to work on.
Weaknesses, like I said, we have some seniors that are very strong, but we also have a lot of freshmen and sophomores that have gone out for 1ACT and who don't have a whole lot of experience, but they're doing a good job.
Senior Corey Romay is looking forward to seeing his new coaches in action.
I'm always looking to see new outcomes, and see what they put together for us to make us successful.
Senior Araceli Palmer feels that the coaches have some strengths that will help the team gain an advantage.
I believe some strengths of my coaches are that they both persevere in these kind of things. They both know how to talk to students very well, and they really got out of their comfort zone themselves to show us what to do.
This year, the team will be performing The Emperor's New Clothes by Karen Betcher-Tate. Freshman Ethan Hinkle likes the play that has been chosen.
I really like the play for one, the fact that it is in the comedy genre, and I like doing funny plays much more than serious plays, and I think it'll be fun with everybody that's participating in it.
Richard believes that students should give 1ACT a chance and try it out.
1ACT gives kids a really good experience with working on an ensemble effect in a kind of a team spirit, but without having to do sports, so that's an important piece. It's just a different way of kids to be involved, and of course it's really important for kids to be involved in things and get experience with different kinds of coaches for later on when they need someone to write letters of recommendation and have those kinds of experiences and be part of a community of actors, community of actresses. So I think those are all great reasons to belong to One Act.
The One Act team has been busy preparing for their competitions. Their first performance will be Conference on November 19th at Ewing. Next, they will be performing at Districts on December 4th in Elba. In addition, they will be doing a public performance. Best of luck to the One Act team from your fans at W-EPS The Beak.
Thanks, Jessica.
Looks like you guys have been working hard. I'm excited to see the play.
And we're excited to perform it.
All right, it looks like we have one more story, and I think you know what it is.
Oh, yeah. Teammates!
Set! Ready! Hunt!
Why don't you just let me introduce myself?
Go for it.
Now, here I am, Joseph Gesserin, with my story on Teammates.
Okay.
Teammates is a wonderful program that helps build relationships, and now it has found its home in Elgin. According to guidance counselor Sonia Richard, Teammates is a statewide organization that is being implemented in schools everywhere.
Teammates is a nationally recognized mentoring program, and in the state of Nebraska, that it was originated in the state of Nebraska, and it matches mentors with mentees.
According to elementary teacher Krista Eisenhower, the implementation at EPS all started because of the kids.
We decided to start it because we felt that all kids deserve a caring adult, in addition to their parents and their teachers, to help them for support in their life.
Richard and Eisenhower are code coordinators for the organization. They help with training the mentors and making decisions concerning the Elgin chapter. Richard, with the help of Eisenhower, organizes many activities throughout the year for the teammates.
Our local chapter here at Elgin, we do a tailgate, which we just did a couple weekends ago at a football game, and it's a free will donation. And we use that money to donate, or we're collecting that money to hopefully then have scholarships available to our students when they do graduate. We also have been involved in the Mentor Month, where we recognize our mentors at basketball games. We've done various raffles in the past. We've also attended the Red-White game, which is a statewide event for teammates. Last year we were hoping to go to the Creighton basketball game, so that's also a possibility. But those are several of the events that are available so far.
Eisenhower says weekly meetings are beneficial for both mentors and mentees.
Mentors and mentees meet one time a week for about 45 minutes to an hour, and the mentor's main role is just to spend time getting to know their mentee, doing fun, positive activities. I think that they build a friendship because they get to stay with their mentee until they graduate high school. So it's a good, positive friendship.
Principal Greg Wimhoff serves as Vice President of the Elgin chapter. According to Wimhoff, the program requires a lot of commitment.
I think the Teammates program is a tremendous program for kids, not only in, I know it's talked about in Lincoln and Omaha areas, but I think it's a program that is important to kids everywhere. And I think having it here at Elgin is a great benefit, not only for our community, but really for our kids, and it makes our school better. So it's a lot of commitment by some people, and it's a lot of commitment by people that run the program, but also a lot of commitment by the adults that come in once a week and mentor our kids. But tremendous program.
Richard encourages adults to sign up as mentors.
The Elgin Teammates chapter is currently really looking for mentors, and we have a lot of kiddos who are interested in the teammate program here, and I need mentors. We need mentors. I myself mentor. I think sometimes people think that it is a huge commitment that's inconvenient, and it's really not. The minimum is 24 times during a school year, so it's during the school year, during the school day, no summers, no weekends, no evenings. So if you are interested in wanting to know more about being a teammate mentor, please contact me or anyone here at the school, and they can point you in the right direction. Really hoping to build our program, so please be a mentor.
EPS is in its third year of the Teammates program and hopes to continue for years to come.
I think you broke my xiphoid process. Anyways, fantastic job, Joseph, on your story about teammates. Now let's wrap up this episode.
What's the rush?
Well, Mr. Romay, I'm kind of ready to get back to that nap.
Oh yeah, me too.
Well, Eagles and Eaglettes, it looks like it's time to head out.
Thanks for joining us in Season 3, Episode 2 of W-EPS The Beak. I'm Corey Romay.
And I'm Norman Grothy. Make sure to tune in to Episode 3, which is already in production.
And don't forget to check out our newsletter.
And follow our shenanigans on Twitter at W-EPS The Beak.
On air.
In print.
In the know.
Okay, go. You guys are both out. What? Miles, you're out.
No,
You laugh.
No.
You're out.
Hold on, I'm gonna do Larry.
Clock.
No! Dylan! Okay, get closer to him. Hold on, can you guys do that
Take it.
Okay.
He's laughing.
No, be good. You laugh. Go, you me.
Move! Move! Move!
You